You are watching the Hot Springs Broadcast Network.
Welcome to Hello Hot Springs, the weekly television show that brings you everything about Hot Springs, past, present, and future. On today's show, Charlie Moore and the Red Light Roastery Folk Festival. Visit Hot Springs, Bill Salter and the Soapery Tub Crew for the Stuart Pennington Bathtub Races. Clips from the Park Avenue Light Fundraiser. Flapjack Friday at Peters. The Mural on Malvern. Sentimental Journey Show. The Quapaw Picnic. Stuff coming up in town, plus much more. The show's about to begin, so if you don't mind, make sure you share this show on Facebook or YouTube with one of your great social media friends. And now it's time for Hello Hot Springs. Hey, this is John Cooksey.
Lydia Vidonagay.
And she's our co-host for this episode 9. How are you doing, Lydia?
I'm excellent, John. How are you?
Good. You got a couple boys in school, so we can't always get you out here. Boy, this is great.
Yes.
And I pulled her in at the last minute. I said, you're going to be co-host, but she's got great energy. So we welcome her to the show. And we also have a special guest on our show from Visit Hot Springs, and that is Bill Salter. Yeah. Let's get that shot. Where's Bill over there? There we go. All right, Bill, how are you doing?
Feeling great, feeling good. Thanks for having me.
All right, well, we're glad to have you on the show. And we'd like to talk about a few quick things. Number one, Dick Antoine. You guys know Dick?
Yes.
Sure,
I mean,
yeah.
he's the voice of Hot Springs on the radio. I turn on the radio every morning and listen to what he said. He's been doing it 31 years. Probably had about 30,000 guests. And he is retiring, I believe, on Friday.
Wow.
So it'll be the last show after 31 years. So we'll dedicate this show, episode 9 of Hello Hot Springs, to Dick Antoine, which would be really good. Which would really be good. As a matter of fact, we're going to play a piece right now, showing Dick and all the things he does. Dedicate this episode of Hello Hot Springs to Dick Antoine, who has been the voice of the community on talk radio KZNG for over 31 years. His volunteer work as a Santa Claus, tallest leprechaun, MC of many events such as Oktoberfest and Race for a Cure, has made him such a gem in this community and will be missed by all. We wish you the best in your retirement, Dick, and we thank you for an excellent 31 years of serving Hot Springs and the surrounding community.
Take care of people, try to give them the best price you can give them, do the quality work, don't cut any corners, and do a great job, just the best you can.
And we're back with Bill Salter from Visit Hot Springs, and we also want to introduce our other guest that just showed up. We have the tub racers from the Soapery in Hot Springs, and let's see if we can get a shot of them. Wave, guys. Hey, how you doing? You're on the air. A big crew of them, and we also have Charlie Moore over there, if we can cut back for a second, and Charlie wave for a second, and he's part of the mastermind behind a folk festival coming up, and we're going to be talking about that. But in the meantime, let's talk to Bill. And Lydia, if there's anything you want to chime in at any point, just...
You really didn't tell me that, right? Because, you know I will.
I know, exactly. So interrupt me, and we got half of us camera for that. So Visit Hot Springs has so many things coming up for the spring, but talk to us about the immediate things right now.
The immediate things that are happening, one thing that's happening at this very moment is I'm giving this Soviet-era flip phone to Lydia just for a second.
Okay.
And I'm doing that because that phone right there is the legendary fish phone.
Okay, talk to me about that.
So the Hot Springs Fishing Challenge is happening right now. There are 71 fish, actually there were 71 fish, in Lake Catherine and Lake Hamilton. If you catch one of these tagged fish, they can be worth 500, 1,000, 5,000, or Big Al, $15,000.
Has Big Al ever been caught?
One time, 2 years ago, by Pete
15
Clark
grand.
in Malvern, 15 grand.
Wow.
Yeah. So
And
I carry this phone around for 3 months, and if it rings,
It's on.
I have to call and or answer and then go and verify the fish and give away money. It's super fun. So the Hot Springs Fishing Challenge is happening through July 31st.
Do you have to answer that at 5 a.m.?
Yes, of
Oh,
course
really?
I do. Yeah.
Up all
And
the
that's
time.
why I'm paid the big bucks.
There we go.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So, wow, that's impressive. All right.
So
So,
the Fishing Challenge is happening. Also, we're looking forward to movies at the market every Thursday in June at the Hot Springs Farmers Market. Always free, always fun. Movies start at sundown. But the most exciting thing that's happening right now
Oh my goodness.
at Visit Hot Springs is Stuart Pennington's World Championship Running of the Tubs. That is Saturday, June 1st, starting at 9 a.m. Lydia, I just found out, is a huge fan.
I'll be there in my bathrobe, as I am every year.
And what position are you going to have there?
I'm a bystander. I'm a cheerer honor.
And you bring your bathrobe.
Yes, I felt like that was just the appropriate thing to wear to a bathtub race. Again, I stated one year I wore a shower cap and it got a little steamy, hair got a little big. We're leaving the shower cap at home this year.
So now we know what a spectator may look like, but let me just paint the picture for everyone, for those who haven't been.
Okay.
So Bathhouse Row, the most appropriate place to have a bathtub race, is the host to this less than a mile race. Teams that put together these sometimes cast iron, sometimes fiberglass tubs on wheels, and they dress in costumes and they're themed, and they race from the Arlington Hotel to the Gangster Museum, pretty much. There are stops along the way where the judges, who are all wearing bathrobes, make the teams do ridiculous things, and then they go to the end, and there's it's ridiculous. It's just ridiculous. But just because you're a spectator doesn't mean you can't be a part. Because one of the funnest things for spectators is bringing water balloons and super soakers and whatnot, and as those teams get by, you just let them have it.
Wow.
And it's super fun, yeah.
Excellent. And as a matter of fact, I was going to play this later, but I'm going to ask our engineer, Doug, if you would be able to play the piece from the bathtub races and move it up a little bit, because you're describing it. I think people need to see it now. Would you be able to do that, Mr. Doug?
Mr. Doug.
Play the...
Yes is the only answer right now, Doug.
Yes is the only answer.
While Doug tries to figure it out, I can tell you a little bit about what happened last year. So, as I said, there's two divisions. There's modified, which is fiberglass, and traditional, which is cast iron. The Riser Ford team from Riser Ford has won 3 years in a row.
Okay.
So they're out for a four-peat. And everybody is out to dethrone Riser Ford.
Riser Ford is the men and women to beat.
Yeah, they are the team to beat. And the Downtown Derby Dolls, the roller derby team, has a tub for the first time specifically to beat Riser Ford.
Wow.
Yeah. There's also another amazing contender who we'll hear from later, the Bathhouse Soapery tub, the most fabulous bedazzled tub of all, and they are here today. We'll hear from them later. The modified world champion is the Hot Springs Police Department right now. They are going to be challenged by two teams from out of state, the Louisiana team and the Austin Weirdos from Texas, who are coming for their third year. Who the Weirdos have threatened to take the trophy, the Pennington Cup, out of Arkansas to Texas.
So you got two teams from out of state.
This is a national event?
It's growing every year. It's growing, yeah.
Okay.
So, but yeah, super fun. It's June 1st, 9 a.m. downtown Hot Springs, Bathhouse Row.
All right, all right. Let's play that video real quick so we can see what it's like. And we're back, and I hear Lydia has a question for Bill.
I got excited watching that clip, honestly. I can't wait. June 1st. Now, go over some of the basic rules, and then, Bill, are there new rules, new divisions?
Yeah.
We want the skinny.
There are new things this year. Like last year, and I can't say this enough, Bathhouse Soapery is our presenting sponsor again this year. We can't thank them enough. There are some new things happening. First off, there's 9 new teams this year.
Oh my goodness.
Which is a record for us, and there's the most tubs we've ever had in the history of the tub races. The divisions, I already talked about the traditional division and the modified division. Often at a tub race, everyone's like, I want to race, I want to do it,
right.
but I don't know how to put a tub on wheels and weld and hammer and measure and stuff like that. I don't know. I don't have the wherewithal or the know-how to do this. This happens every year. So this year, Visit Hot Springs, with the help of the Bathhouse Soapery, we are building 2 stock tubs. And the idea here is that teams can now come, the tubs are there for them. All they have to do is get in costume and then race the tub. So I quietly put it out into the nonprofit community in Hot Springs, and we have 4 takers. You want to know who they are?
I do.
Okay, here, the Friends of the National Park
Love
will
it.
be going head-to-head with the Garland County Library's, guess this, the Grapes of Bath team.
Oh my
I love
gosh.
it. The Garland County Library, they're so clever. I love all the staff there.
It's so funny. It's so funny. And then
That's great.
The Spa Pacers,
Yes.
the runners, are racing head-to-head with a brand new nonprofit in town that his acronym is TACO, and TACO stands for Trail Advocates Coalition of the Washitas.
Okay.
It's all the mountain bikers and trail runners come together, and their purpose is trail stewardship.
So 2
the
teams
mountain
that are really in
bikers
shape.
and
Yeah,
the runners
okay.
are also part of the stock tub heats.
All right.
So this is new this year, and I think it'll go well, and we'll continue it next year.
Now, what are some of the prizes that they can win best of? Well, I mean, because they aren't creating the tubs, so the prize for most original tub isn't for grabs.
We're gonna drop the bomb right now. Zach Dryden at Dryden Pottery has in the kiln right now. It's an 18-inch long bathtub, a piece of Dryden pottery.
That's
And the
awesome.
stock tub champion will receive that.
Okay.
You can get a smaller version of that tub at the Bathhouse Soapery,
Okay.
by the way. And then look over your shoulder.
The tub. Oh my goodness.
So
okay.
these are the trophies for the
Wow.
traditional and modified
Right.
division, and they travel around. So they've been going around for 8 years now. So,
Okay.
super great. And they're rules. I know how much you love rules.
I'm a rule follower. Let's just.
There are new rules. There are old rules. There are
Okay,
specific
lots of
rules to the
rules.
construction of the tub. It has to be
Right.
4 feet long, 2 feet wide. Has to be wheels, can't be casters, things like that. Those are safety rules. The teams have to carry a bath mat, a towel, a loofah, and a
Right.
bar of soap. They have to have
Doesn't the
that.
tub have to be filled with water?
There are a certain amount of water that
Okay.
the Hot Springs Fire Department puts into the tubs at the start line.
So it has to be stoppable, because that was like a big thing last year. Some of the tubs didn't have stoppers in them, and
This is a cheat, actually.
Yeah.
So a lot of teams will, after they get filled up, they will pull the plug so the water drains out, so they're lighter.
Right.
So the judges, and we have many of them, they watch
Yes.
out. They watch out for this. So
Okay.
That this happens.
And
But-
what time is it? Should people get there?
Oh gosh, last year they were lined up at 7:30, and there were, the estimates were between 3,000 and 5,000 people, with kids hauling wagonfuls
Yeah.
of water balloons and super soakers.
And we'll be streaming it live for Visit Hot Springs. And I will say that I looked at 2018s and 2014s, and the crowds were 3 times the size, like just in 4 years.
It's so
But
fun.
I will say, for those who is the word agoraphobic, you don't like crowds. It's not so
not
intense.
St.
Like I
Patrick's
was
Day
able,
crowd. Yeah, yeah.
I don't do the parade, but I was able to get
It's one
a
layer
front
thick.
row
Yeah,
seat.
you'll always get
you
a front
know.
row seat because it's long enough,
It
to
does.
handle
It's
that.
such a fun event.
And for those of you who don't like the crowds, the closer you get to the start line, which is always fun,
Yes.
there's less people, but the finish line
Yes.
is where everybody
Is where
wants
everybody
to be. Yeah.
is. So somewhere along the line.
So yeah, and I'm glad you mentioned that. We will be streaming a multi-camera stream, courtesy of John. So we'll be at start line in the middle and finish line. You watch the whole thing. ESPN Arkansas will be there broadcasting from the finish line. Battle of the Badge happening again. The rivalry
yes.
between
Lots
the
of
fire
people.
department and police department will
Mm-hmm.
be happening. But the rules. I'm gonna introduce the new rules that happened today at the judges meeting.
You heard it here
All right,
first.
here it is. One of the new rules is for every female tub pusher, not driver, pusher, you will be granted a 5-foot head start. So for a team with 4 women, it's 20-foot head start.
The Derby dolls.
Oh.
They have an advantage already. I like it.
They already do. So that came
Right
out.
before it's going down.
That came out today.
They're working out.
And as you know, I know you love rules, but the judges love rules too, and they love to change the rules at a whim whenever they want to.
Perfect.
So keep an eye on the Running of the Tubs Facebook page and the hotsprings.org website, and in the paper and socials for new rules that are coming out.
Okay.
All right, well, thank you, and everybody will be down there on Saturday.
Yeah.
It should be a lot of fun.
Saturday, June 1st.
June
Yes,
1st.
indeed.
All right, and we'll be back in a minute with a little subject of pancakes.
That's a good smile.
One of the weird things that happen in this town, Lydia, Friday mornings, Peter's Flooring and Paint.
My husband works there. I love Brooks and Nan. We love Peter's, and Johan comes home every Friday like, yeah, Brooks fed us breakfast again. It's a big tradition.
And what's it called?
We call it Flapjack Friday.
Yeah.
You know.
So if you're a customer or a contractor, you come in there and you hang out.
Or
and
if you're
fill out the
hungry,
form. Yeah.
I mean, just stop on in. I
Yeah.
think it's unlimited.
I'll show you that piece right now. Now we head on to Peter's Flooring and Paint for their Friday morning pancake breakfast. I thought I'd up the game this morning with some real maple syrup and some Ready Whip, the master of the waffles. And great.
Voila.
And here's a little bit of butter.
Why?
Huh?
Just moving that scaffolding. Someone. Well, they're supposed to.
Two, the size you're making, too.
Golden cakes, golden paint.
And we are back, and our special guest is Charlie Moore, who is putting on the first folk festival that I know of in town. Charlie, good to see you.
Well, thank you. Thanks for asking me.
And it's happening at Red Light Roastery.
It's happening at Red Light Roastery, and I'm not really putting it on.
Okay.
I came up with this idea, and fortunately, Brianna Moore at the Roastery and Mary Zunick at the Arts Council have kind of taken some of the logistical challenges that I was having and have just done a phenomenal job so far.
Oh, we have a call on that special fish phone.
I forgot.
Go ahead, answer me.
I have to press something. Fish phone, Lydia speaking.
Oh, it's me. I left that here.
Thought it was Big Al.
Sorry.
Oh no, Bill! Bill Sauter with the fish phone playing a joke on our staff there.
Oh, my
and you
word.
thought somebody
That
caught a
scared
fish.
me.
Oh no. Oh, well, hey, who knows? It may happen during the show.
It could,
Somebody may
yes.
call me fishing in the rain. So you never know. So they said that you're in charge, and you said that they're in charge. So I guess you're all putting it on together. I mean, you have to give a lot of credit. You coordinated the main acts, didn't you?
Yeah, that's right. That's scary when you say that we don't know who's in charge.
Yeah,
right?
well, you're all blaming each other.
That's
right?
right. That's right. Actually, the library is helping out. We did a mini version of this a couple of years ago and brought a couple of bands from North Arkansas down, and they played at the library, and one of them played at the Hot Springs Middle School.
I see.
And part of this is old time music, and it's historical, traditional music, and the definition of it is a little bit awkward, I guess. It's pre-bluegrass. It's actually pre-recorded radio music. It's the music that our great-great-great-grandfathers and grandmothers boogied to on Saturday night because there were no record players and there were no radios, and that's all they could do.
So early
really
Americana roots music.
And it came from Ireland, England, Germany. All of the immigrants would bring their music styles over. They settled on the East Coast. The Africans came via involuntarily and brought their traditions, and they blended together. Much of it ended up in the Appalachian Mountains. It was an oral tradition. There's a lot of history behind it, good and bad, but it's beautiful music. And we're going to bring the Evie Layden Band they live in California, and they stay very busy with concerts up and down the West Coast. And amazing. Portland and Washington and Oregon are huge into Appalachian music.
How fun.
Love it. And they have dances and they play. And
what about the fitting everybody in outside?
Well, that's the other thing about old time music. It's not real structured. It's everybody's welcome to play. At our Folk Fest here, it's going to begin at 12 o'clock. If you play an acoustic instrument and would like to play along or just see if you can play along, bring your guitar, your banjo, your fiddle, your washboard, your sticks.
Maybe at the end we're going to have a jam after the thing.
Well, we're going to have a jam too. We're actually, that 12 to 2 will be an open jam.
Oh, great.
From 2 until 3:30, a group from Mountain View, they're called Jenny, Tom, and Friends, will be here playing the old time style. And they can do a concert, or they can let everybody join in and understand kind of the way the
and
music
Lydia,
works.
you're an accomplished kazoo player, I hear.
Yes, I'll bring
Actually, a
recorders.
kazoo and a
Kazoos?
recorder are great.
Okay.
They're very welcome. So,
right.
yes.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah, no,
Well, it sounds like, and tell us about the time and date again.
It's on the 7th of June, which is a Friday. The event starts at 12 noon. It's Good Food truck will be serving food all day. The Superior Beer truck will be serving whatever refreshments they have all day. From 12 until 2 will be kind of an open jam. Do whatever you want to, and we'll accommodate whatever comes up. Bring a ukulele. That's another fun thing. From 2 until 3:30, Jenny and Tom. From 3:30 until 4, Miss Willard, Laura Lee Willard, is going to play a set before the premiere performance of Evie Layden Band. And they will play from about 4 till 6, two 45-minute sets. And it's more of a educational, entertaining dialogue with the audience. On the next night, the reason they're here is...
wait, there's 2 nights?
Well, the next night they will be in Mountain View. The whole purpose of them coming to Arkansas is to play at the Folk Center in Mountain View at their 1,000-seat auditorium.
I see.
I have run across her before, and I called her and happened to get her and asked her what we could do to get her to stop over at Hot Springs, and we worked that out. And here she is, but she has played on Prairie Home Companion. She's played all over the world, and it's great.
And also, just to tell people, and they don't realize that if you're in a 1,000-seat theater, you're going to see them, 400 and 500 feet away, maybe, or whatever. But we are here at the Red Light Roastery property. You're going to be able to see them 10, 15, 20 feet away.
Exactly, right. So and we'll have an acoustic system.
Everybody gets a front row seat.
Yeah.
Just about, yeah.
That's
Bring
great.
your blanket, your chair, and your kazoo.
Right.
Or harmonica.
Your ukulele.
Or ukulele, and come have some fun with us.
Excellent. And this is... yeah, go ahead.
It's free. Okay, we are asking for donations that will go to the PACA, Park Avenue Community Association, and this may go to help with their lights or whatever other projects. And part will go to the Hot Springs Arts Council, which is Mary Zunick and the group that's helping put this on too. So it's all going to good causes, and there'll be good food, good beer, good music. Good people.
And good people. And it's Hot Springs. There's always a good time in Hot Springs.
Right.
Well, thanks for coming in, Charlie.
Well, thank you very much for having me.
Well,
Thank you so much. Yes, and I hope you catch that big...
Just recently in town, a mural was finished on Malvern Avenue. We're going to do a story about that in the future, but I want to show you a clip of the 2 gentlemen that made this mural happen, and the artist that did. And then in the next couple of weeks, we'll have a whole story on the mural from beginning to end. But let's take a look at this clip now. And once again, Lydia, we're going to do a whole piece on the mural. It's a fantastic story.
Oh, I've driven past it. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
It's stunning.
Well, that's just a little teaser.
Right.
I mean, you know, we got a whole history of the whole thing. So the other thing I want to talk about real quick is we have a clip of the Park Avenue fundraiser where a bunch of people came out and had a great time performing. And Eric Manuel out of Little Rock, the videographer, put this together. It's just a minute piece. I want to show it to you right now.
A lady or gentleman of the land. Feel alright. I'll get you anything, my friend. Feel alright. Recognize you in all seriousness as a city of Hot Springs, as the board of directors and city administration. You feel that's way too so when I fall in love with you. Darling, you got to let me know.
Okay, so John, I'm part of the Quapaw Prospect Area Preservation. Right. I live on Prospect Avenue, our beautiful historic residential gem in Hot Springs, and we hosted our annual fundraiser on Sunday. And I saw you there with your camera, and I did not know you were going to be there. I was a hot, sweaty mess.
I tried to,
because we were hosting this event, and you didn't show me any footage. No, but you're going to tonight.
In front of everybody.
Oh,
yeah.
my goodness.
All right,
so first time.
So for the first time, we've got some clips. Every year, the Quapaw Prospect District does a fundraiser, and you talk about it in the thing, so you don't even have to say it.
I don't even have to say it, but our Quapaw Prospect district is right near Central Avenue, near downtown. Yeah. And we have a board member, a board of 9 people that, you know, really we strive to preserve this beautiful district that we have homes as old as 1890. And
the yards and the everything and everybody looks so good. Well, let's take a look at that now.
Good. The event that we do every year to be able to put on the luminaries in December. And so, Lord willing, and if the creek don't rise, we're putting on the luminaries this year. Rain or shine, we are going to have a rain date this year. And so we're excited to do it.
Do you have a date for that?
No, it's usually the second weekend of December, but we'll discuss that at a later date. Sorry, I've got so much going on. Edit all this out, John. Leslie, it's over at the t-shirt table.
I need it. That looks good.
Thank you. And we have these for sale, and we also have a new design coming out.
You look good in that color.
Thank you.
You look good.
That wasn't so bad.
And
how long have you been the president?
You're only president for 1 year. You serve a 3-year term when you're on the board. But so this is my 2nd year on the board, and we had
so are you the president this year?
I am the president this year, but that was my last event.
So
I think June 1st I'm done. I'm just going to be a regular member, but of course would be a part of the annual luminaries in December, where we light up our streets with, you know, the beautiful white paper sacks with the candles in them, lining Quapaw Prospect and the 8 adjoining streets there.
Excellent. That'll be real fun.
It's beautiful.
Another thing in December for tourists and locals alike. Yes. And we have up next the Soapery Bathhouse.
One of the prettiest stores downtown.
Crew. Yes. Yeah. So we will see them in about 5 seconds.
Great.
Some families have been in Hot Springs for generations. Others have just moved here. Either way, this town has a deep sense of family. In the friends we meet, the places we go, and the people we care about. These values are just as important to Peters Flooring and Paint. At Peters, relationship with customers comes first. This family-owned business has been here for over 100 years and not only shows their committed efforts in customer service, but in their products they sell. From the well-crafted flooring to the high-tech paint and many more.
We love Hot Springs, we love people. You know, we're in a situation where our customers are our friends. I mean, where else do you get to go to work every day and your friends come to see you, happen to be your customers at the same time? That's pretty cool.
Peters Paint welcomes you to their family and also their ability to make your house a home.
And we are back with my other co-host, Fluffy. Say hi, Fluffy. And we are here with the Bathhouse Soapery tub team for the Stuart Pennington Running in the races. Look at this fantastic crew of people. So what we're going to do is going to go around and tell your name and what position you have at the soapery and on the bathtubs. Go ahead.
I am Jessie Simon, and I am Regional Manager of Bathhouse Soapery, and I am the captain of our team this year.
Captain of the team, Jessie. Pleased to meet you. Go ahead next.
I'm Farron Simon. I'm the daughter of the owners. I make all the soaps and stuff at our warehouse. I am the coach, but now with the new rule, I might be the pusher.
You might be the pusher.
My name's Ryan Perdue. I'm one of the maintenance men at Bathhouse Soapery. I make sure everything stays up and running, and I'm going to be one of the guys pushing the tub.
Pushing the tub.
Yes.
And your name just?
I'm Christian Beck, and I'm just a family friend at Bathhouse pretty much, but I'm going to be a pusher.
Christian Beck's going to be a pusher. It's a little harder to hear him. We didn't have enough mics for everybody. Thanks, Christian.
No problem.
So how many of you have done the Soapery's bathtub races before?
None of us.
None of you. What happened? So who did it last year?
Well, her mom, the owner and creator of everything Bathhouse Soapery, was in the tub, and then we had one of our employees, my nephew, and then one of our other employees' husband.
And they said, okay, that's it. Next year we're getting a whole new team there.
Yep.
All right, and so this year, how much training have you guys done?
Well, I can tell you that. About too much. We'll see.
Too much?
Too much
very
training.
competitive bunch right here.
I think they're all getting a little sore from my whooping their butts.
And where do you train?
At our warehouse.
Oh, okay. So this little secret training. And I would like to ask off camera if Bill Sauter, if Bill, turn that to Bill, that camera. We're going to ask you, Bill, what question would you? There you go. What question? Let's get a shot of him there. What question do you have for these guys?
What flavor of soap is best for the tub team to win?
Oh, the flavor of soap.
Well, the scent of soap. What would you say?
Regional manager.
I think it's going to have to be the goat's milk and oatmeal because it's going to have the grip in it.
Right, goat's milk and oatmeal, and you could even cheat and make the other tubs a little slippery, and then that's an idea.
Is that allowed?
Yeah, they didn't hear. Well, I'll tell you, I was in the soapery, and there was a wedding party, and then we'll show that video right at the end of your segment, and I was amazed at how many people love your products. I mean, they come in, they're amazed. It smells beautiful, and they're super smooth on your hands, and there's so many of those. Would you call them sugar scrubs? Would that be correct?
Exactly. Almost certainly. Yep,
Yeah.
That's my favorite thing she makes to this day.
And
They're
they're
amazing.
all homemade? Yeah.
All from scratch.
Excellent. And what would you say with the soapery is the thing that makes you guys most unique?
Our customer service. We are even above our products, which we do have the best products in the world. It is our customer service and that interaction with the customer. So.
Excellent, excellent. You were going to say something?
No, I was amen.
You were going to say amen to that. Well,
Cheers.
Pam was in there when I was in there, and she was handling like 4 groups of people in the most polite, professional way and keeping me energized. Oh, and try this. And you felt like you were part of the process and being sort of entertained and taken care of at the same time. It was excellent and got an education. So are you excited about being the pusher there?
Yes, I am very excited.
Right. And tell me how the training went for you.
Well, I mean, I train martial arts in my spare time,
All
so
right.
I'm already pretty, in shape, I feel like. And we're planning on taking down Riser Ford this year. So.
Excellent. So Riser Ford, watch out. These guys are serious, the Soapery. All right, well, before we leave, anything else you guys want to say?
No, we're excited.
Thanks for
We're ready.
having us.
And we're
Thank
gonna
you guys
win.
for coming. June 1st, Running of the Tubs, 9 a.m., Bathhouse Row. Watch out for the Soapery team. They are a force to be reckoned with. All right, well, thank you guys for coming.
Thank you.
Welcome back. And John, we have something exciting coming up in Hot Springs at the Bathhouse Dinner Theater.
Yeah, the Bathhouse Dinner Theater has so many different things going on, but I was there the other night and they put together the show with a lot of wonderful local talent called Sentimental Journey. 1940s to 1980s music, and I have a clip of a few of the things.
I can't wait to see it.
Let's take a look. Sample a bunch of different foods. Check out Flavor of the Park, the annual event put on by the Chamber of Commerce at the parking garage here off Exchange Street. There's tons of different restaurants and you can sample for one low price all their different stuff. That's May 30th at 5:30. Get there early, the lines are long and the food is great. June 2nd to the 15th is the music festival here in downtown Hot Springs. Of course, it takes place at many different venues around the area here. You have students and very competent classical professionals from all over the country diverging here, and you can hear some great music. That's June 2nd through the 15th here in Hot Springs, the Music Festival. On June 7th, Red Light Roastery is going to be having a folk festival here in town. Right over at Red Light Roastery, their featured artist is Evie Layden in the band. There's going to be other artists and musicians playing. It's definitely worth something to check out right over at Red Light Roastery. All right, and we got the dog back with you.
Hi, Tucker.
Oh, so thank you so much for being a guest.
Thank you for
today.
having me.
I don't want to say guest. I mean guest host. You know, I would like to have you more if you can do it throughout.
Anytime. I'm a sucker for this kind of thing, and I love your family so much. This is such a fun show to watch every week.
Oh well, thank you, and make sure you subscribe and like our channel. If you see anybody and you recognize them in this show, please tag them and send them and go, hey, I saw you on the Hello Hot Springs show. This is show number 9. Look forward to next week's show number 10. And maybe I shouldn't ask you this on the air, but are you going to be around next week? I would love to have you.
I'm here.
All right.
Yes.
Or do I have
Maybe
that?
I'll prepare next
All right.
time.
Yeah, well,
Fix my hair.
No, she looks beautiful. Thank you guys for joining us, and we look forward to seeing you on the next episode of Hello Hot Springs.
are watching the Hot Springs Broadcast Network.